Hello guys, just a quick follow-up to the last video I put out there. Because as you can appreciate, things are moving all the time. Now, I'm getting messages every 2 minutes coming to me from various people. And from what I'm hearing, we're actually in talks or going for talks now with the British government. Now, someone also put up on Twitter, it was a really, really interesting tweet regarding, was it Nick Candy, who's one of the 20 official bidders with regards to wanting to purchase Chelsea Football Club. I think he's one of his bids reported it was 2.5 billion. I don't know, but apparently he's a Chelsea supporter, and his dad nearly played with Chelsea, and he's been watching Chelsea since the age of 4 now. And he lives up the road apparently from the ground. He's very, very keen with regards to Chelsea and the redevelopment of Stamford Bridge. He's one of the bidders. Very, very, very rich family he comes from, but he's talking about bringing in a consortium, which I think are American, but I'm not quite sure on that one. But someone tweeted out there that perhaps maybe he could be a bridge, or someone that could talk with regards to the Chelsea Sports Trust. That could work, or even the Chelsea pitch owners. Because let's not forget here, yeah, no matter what happens, right, the supporters own the pitch, and also let's also look at the fact that something like that could possibly work if it's not him himself that comes forward and takes over the club. And I think, look, what we've got to look at right now is the longer this goes on, the worse our situation becomes. It's going to cost us more and more and more money as the days roll on. So we need to get this club bought, right, ASAP. If anything, to steady the ship, put everyone back in place and move on as a going concern. Because one thing I don't think the British government are going to want is to see Chelsea, the flagship of London. Let's have it right. We are the biggest club in London, the current European champions and World Club champions, to be in this situation. And am I right in saying that Dominic Raab, who's part of the British government, the cabinet, the actual cabinet, is a Chelsea supporter? And this guy, this Candy guy, I mean, he has a lot of influence. I think he's a Tory donor, or a conservative Tory donor. So maybe something, and I know him and his good lady, they mix with royalty as such. So, do you know what? Yeah, I mean, look, things are bad. They feel bad, but there could be light at the end of the tunnel. And who knows? Yeah, I mean, I can imagine the news is going to keep coming and coming. Listen, mainstream media are going to have a field day. They're going to be putting everything out there, creating more doom and gloom, because that's what they do best, obviously, and they're loving it right now, absolutely loving it, especially the deep state, because let's have it right, we smashed the old, sort of the way it all worked before, the stranglehold of Manchester United and Arsenal and Liverpool, the old guard, or what was even before the Premier League was even formed, what was the Big Five, which, by the way, they were going to move away, split off, and that's the reason why the Premier League was formed. And those clubs were Tottenham, Everton, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United. So let's not fucking forget that. So I don't think they're going to want to see a club the size of Chelsea just, pale into insignificance. And I think it'd be on their conscience. I think, even, listen, I know there's a lot of hatred out there, a lot of bile, a lot of horribleness coming from within people, yeah, and people loving and reveling in this whole situation. Oh my goodness, wouldn't they love to see us fail? Wouldn't they love to see something like that happen? But the bottom line is, I think there are people out there, decent people with a conscience that knows things that ain't right. I mean, imagine if that was their fucking football club. Amanda Staveley at Newcastle noticed how she came out, but she was criticised for it. But I think the point she was making is, well, hold on a minute, if I can do that to Roman, who's to say they couldn't do it to their new investors, And that could be the same with anybody out there, because, it is what it is. So we shall have to wait and see. All's not lost yet. We should wait and see if this is true, that they are going to see the government. Perhaps maybe they can sort something out sooner rather than later, because the bottom line is we need to steady the ship, get these players that, perhaps maybe looking to leave or you're coming to the end of their contracts. We need to get these things sorted and go forward and consolidate on what we got. The last thing we want to do is lose someone like Thomas Tuchel. It's just ridiculous, you can't go from the dizzy heights to, it's crazy, yeah? So we know it's only a case of transferring one ownership to the other. Roman was never going to make any money out of this. He's already made that perfectly clear. So whoever takes his place, what does it matter? What does it matter at the end of the day? As long as the club goes into the right hands, with the right people, and we move ahead and move on, and as I say, we should have to wait and see, guys, as the days go on. Anyway, look, I just thought I'd give you another quick update. Still undecided whether to go to Carrow Road. I'm starting to think I might. Any more updates, guys, I'll put it up, but tell me what you think down below, yeah? Tell me how you feeling right now. Are you feeling like me, just fucking deflated? Or are you feeling, do you know what, things are going to be alright, yeah? There is some optimism there somewhere. Let us know, guys, yeah? Speak to you soon. Much love. Up the Chels.